welcome back. Sorry, the lighting is not as great because it's nighttime. I'm going to touch on thyroid issue, iron issue, and the intolerance issue, which you've all been waiting for from the last video on how I actually eat and how I tackled all of my intolerances and like what I actually did to be able to get to this point. So you saw in my last video the little like square thing that had all of the different intolerances on it. As you saw the other day, I was severely unwell and I had to for a infusion. So the reason for this is when you overactive or underactive thyroid, it means different complications for obviously the body. So with the overactive thyroid, which is me at the moment, it like malnourishes you almost because your thyroid isn't functioning to absorb like a lot of nutrients, and it kind of makes you quite like lethargic, exhausted, but that's because the thyroid's not doing exactly what it's meant to do. So one of my side effects of like the last month of obviously my irregular thyroid problem that I have, my thyroid has been now overactive again, which was like underactive last month. So you'll see me go up and down in weight all the time, which is normal, but I have more control over how much weight I go up and down. So it's about 5 kilos now that I go up and down instead of like a whopping 15 to 20 kilos that a lot of people with thyroid issues will experience. Anyways, back to my intolerances. Look at this thyroid. Ha! So it was at 35, 99, 65, 86, 38. So here it is changing a lot. And so it has been, it's back under again. Love that for me. I obviously lost all my iron because it speeds up, slows down, speeds up, slows down, speeds up, slows down the metabolism. So I'll just quickly show you my supplements. Now, obviously all of these supplements have iron in them, and obviously I eat red meat. I'm not a vegan or vegetarian. I just have a lot of intolerances. So I take this thyroid balance, and my nutritionist Natalia gave that to me. Then I take this, which is like stress. So obviously the body, when it's overworked or underworked, it's under different types of stress. This is like an adrenaline support because the thyroid is and supports, obviously like it supports a lot of your body. It's a very vital like thing for your whole body. And I do have iodine drop. Healthy function of thyroid and pregnancy. Not that I'm having a baby, but my best friend doesn't have a baby. Oh my God, let me show you it. You would have seen her in all my vlogs. Hello, baby buddy. Oh, I love you. Can't go see her because I feel like it's like Pokemon when you speak about it because you're not allowed to say it on YouTube, because if you say it on YouTube it goes bear and like blurts it out. So anyways, back to what I was saying. Anyways, that's what happened with the thyroid. I was so lightheaded when I was there. This is me. Can you see that? Maybe I'll just like put it. And I just like sat in a little chair. Did you just see? One of my friends messaged me going, I'm so in love, I'm scared. My brain was so slow and I was so fatigued that I was like, like a lot of brain fog. So you get brain fog, like you're so exhausted, you can't move very quickly and all that sort of stuff. Obviously I'm very active and I do all that stuff because I push my body. I'm not like a normal human where I can't push. Like I will push until a point of exhaustion, and that is a fault of mine. Big fault. I don't know how to rest. I don't know how to relax, and I was on the drip for an hour. And now it's the 4th day after my infusion. The first day I was absolutely wrecked. I came home and I slept. I felt so drowsy, so dizzy. I felt so bad. Then the second day, like he said this would happen, he said you're gonna get hot. My face, I was so red. Anyway, so I was so hot and my bones were like aching. I sprayed my perfume like at me to go for a small like half an hour light walk because he recommended that. My bones were like aching. I don't know how it like sucks into your bones or like what, but I was so sore. Like I was just aching. I'm like, oh. And a lot of headaches and a lot of dizziness with that. So sorry, I just wanted to cover that thyroid iron deficiency thing. Like, yes, I have these supplements, but it doesn't mean your body isn't going to dysfunction and you're going to have everything perfect, because it's not the case. I was pretty upset. I was like, I should have eaten more red meat, or I should have done this and I should have done that. But like, you don't know when you're going to dysfunction with your thyroid. You don't know that. You have no choice. It just does it. Like I have those tests and they're different days every time, different months, and it's going up and down. Like I have no control. What I do have control over is my intolerances. So let's segue into the intolerances. If you are really strong to medium, you shouldn't have them. And if you are like light with it, you can have it every 3 to 4 days. Or if you have like this much of it every day, you should be okay. In my case, that is the case, and it's fine to have it every day. Sorry, I was like, I'm not wearing a bra right now, and I've just got like this chill top on because I'm so hot because I just went for my first run after 4 days. I showed you my little intolerances thing before. I have a lot of intolerances, so I'm just going to talk you through how I tackled this. Number 1, label read. You must label read if you want to kind of get something that is close to what you can have with intolerances. One of the best things is trying to maybe find a diet or a fad diet or something that is very similar to what you need or what you can't have, and go with that. So like people do keto and stuff like that. I can definitely not do keto because I cannot have cheese, I cannot have dairy. And if I had cheese and dairy every day, I'm pretty sure I would gas my whole house because my loves would smell so bad, like eggs. Anyways, first book that I got, and then this is not like a fad, I didn't follow this to a T because I have like a semi-paleo diet, but not really. So with paleo, you can have eggs. I cannot have eggs. So insert no egg picture here. Did I do it? I hope I did it. I'm so bad at editing. I'm getting better though. So this has gluten-free, sugar-free, dairy-free. I don't care about the sugar too much. I had my big intolerances. My big ones are egg, wheat, yeast, gluten, dairy. Those are the 5. Start with your worst ones. Start with the worst ones. Don't worry about the little ones. It is way too hard. Start with the easy ones, because if you try to cut out everything, I had like peanut, almond, tomato, tuna, I had cabbage on there, I had capsicum, I had lentils, I had types of fish. It was too much. Too much. Forget it. So start with the big ones. They were the 5 big ones. Gluten, wheat, yeast, dairy, egg. Those 5. Gluten-free, you can look at gluten-free stuff. The one problem was I also couldn't have rice, and I also couldn't have oats, and that was a problem. Because my rice was super strong, I had to find gluten-free stuff that was rice-free. Corn is a good place to start. One of my best friends, I actually took her to Natalia. She's corn intolerant, so she can have rice and I can have corn. So we're like completely opposite. But you must label read to find something that is like, that you can have. And you'll find something, and when you find something you like, keep buying it. Don't forget about it. I wrote it down. Anyways, so this is my family food. My favorite recipes, I'll just show you. Where's my favorite? If you know me and if you see my stories, I've done about 5,000 variations of this. Zucchini noodles with basil and pesto. So it's basically a pesto zucchini. You can buy a pesto if you want, pre-made with no parmesan if you're dairy free. This is where you must label read, because there's nasty parmesan and nasty ass yeast in everything. So with this, I didn't get all the fresh ingredients, used the dry ingredients from like Master Foods and didn't buy fresh ingredients because I'm also poor. So I can't afford that. I cannot afford fresh vegetables all the time. So you've got to find your cut your corner. My cut my corner was frozen vegetables and dried parsleys and things like that. Stuff out of like the dried mix. My favorite, the pesto and the turkey meatballs. I'll link the little photo, ding ding, and it was on this video as well. So this video has this recipe in it if you want to go watch it. This was a yummy favorite. It was the chicken schnitzel with slaw. I can't have cabbage, so I cut the slaw out, but this was the chicken schnitzel with slaw. This was really, really yummy. But what I found was this, and these are corn breadcrumbs, and the corn breadcrumbs are like a substitute to actual breadcrumbs. and they're really good. But you could find like panko breadcrumbs. There's all these different breadcrumbs, like whatever breadcrumbs you can have, or if you can have nuts, you can have that. If you can't have nuts, have corn. But the one little tippy trick was I did the corn, and keep in mind, corn is actually not in the paleo diet. I added that in because I modified the diet to suit me. I used that recipe but used the corn flour instead of the macadamia nuts because macadamias are expensive. And too much fats give you pimples. By the way, I broke out with so many pimples when I was having too much macadamias. Oh, and this, you'll know. Ew, the page is dirty. This is the banana bread I make, but with substitution. So I don't eat eggs. I will show you what I use for eggs. And this is a really good book, by the way. Like, you don't have to buy this book. You can look it up online. Go on Pinterest. Oh my God, I had a whole Pinterest board. Follow me on Pinterest. I want to take you through the substitutions because these are the things that help, especially because you haven't like had to eat like this, and like, you know, you want a burger, you want a like a pasta, you want to have lasagna, you can have that. You can, it's just got to be different. And gluten is found in grains, so basically you can shop gluten-free wherever you want. There is the gluten-free aisle, health food aisle, that has like everything. Substitutes for gluten are rice and corn. Let's talk about breakfast. Now, this is the one I found the most difficult because everyone has eggs for breakfast. So for breakfast, these are like 3 really good staples. So a bread, so there's this paleo bread, there's this cornbread, there's also the El Pasco wraps that I have every morning, and there's also gluten-free wheat bix. So there are 4 options for breakfast. Or you can have like coconut yogurt, which I hate. I hate coconut yogurt. With that fruit, if you like coconut yogurt. Ooh, this is a good one. Snacky snacks. Corn thins are the best because they're gluten-free, dairy-free, or the sesame ones. Really good brand is that Oregon brand. Breadcrumbs is the corn bread, like breadcrumbs, they're so yum. Now, missing out on oats, you want to have like quinoa flakes or quinoa puffs. I've never had quinoa puffs because for breakfast I'm obsessed with my El Pasco wrap. Right, these I don't like the Slender brand pasta. That's a really good brand pasta. Corn pasta from Coles is really good. It's just plain corn. I always have that. I really love that one. That's my favorite. And there's also all these other pastas in the health food store. But like if you just go to Woolies or Coles, that's good. Outside of our Woolies at Caringbah is a small health food store, which I go there. And also this is my favorite, personal favorite bread, Naturist cornbread. So that looks like this. Instead of rice, you can have quinoa. Now, obviously with your milks, there's like almond milk, coconut milk, macadamia milk, soy milk. I don't recommend if you have a thyroid dysfunction, don't have soy milk. Then also coconut yogurt. Chalkies. Okay, Pico Bowls. The coconut one tastes like coconut rough. And the hazelnut one. I don't like the salted caramel one. It's too bitter for me. Like I like sweet. And Vigo. Vigo also has a spread, so best design ever. El Pasco wrap, peanut butter with the Vigo spread. Sorry, I don't need somebody say Big Mister. Yes. Welcome to Jess Barca's Big Mister. With banana as well. And dairy-free ice cream. The over the moon ice cream. The caramel over the moon. I love you. Yeah, there's Loving Earth chocolate. Not a fan. Pico is my favorite. I just get the macro peanut butter, to be honest. Now, replacements for egg is the no egg. I swear by this brand, and they actually got rid of my favorite cake from them. Oh, they also have mousse. Mousse, yum. Sorry, I get so excited over food. Obviously, I go to Reborn Fitness. This book has had it, but some of my favorite things came from this book, and one of them is that turkey meatballs recipe, and I've like obviously adapted it to my own style. But the sauces, you can get vegan mayonnaise, which I don't have because I'm not a fan of mayonnaise. Barbecue sauce I am a fan of. I have the sugar-free one because that's as good as we're gonna get. And then I have the Camino's teriyaki, tomatoes, and there's another one, it's teriyaki and barbecue. They're my two favorites, and they're like soy sauce because soy is bad for thyroid. I feel like I pretty much touched on like part 2.
Sorry, I forgot the cheese. I like bio cheese because they have all types.
This is like how I tackle my food, and my advice is I want to make sure that you start on the big issues first and leave the smaller ones, because obviously you can only tackle so much at a time. Also, you need to make sure that you have something to base your diet off. So I stole like the paleo diet, but also I well knew the things that I could eat. So on my intolerance chart, the things I could eat were like things like most vegetables, most meat. My Pinterest is a bit weird, but I'm happy to give it to you guys. Home decor, artwork, paleo, breakfast for my ex. Oh my God. I need to actually go through that. There could be some good breakfast in there. Yum, healthy sweets. You'll get stuck on this for hours. I could make that. That's getting saved to my desserts. How factor you? What do you think of all the time? Desserts. Desserts. I love desserts. My God, that photo is so old in my mind. Well, that's my Pinterest. If you guys want to follow it, and it's got heaps of other stuff on there, so you don't have to like buy the book. Start with your main like intolerances. Start with using another diet as your foundation. Look for alternatives in the health food aisle. That's where you kind of need to start. Better start with like planning and getting the food. That's the hardest part, is like figuring out what to make. I'm sure you all can cook and follow a recipe, but it's finding what you can have and how much you can have and what's the alternative, like when you want it, so you don't miss out. I will touch on like food prep and stuff like that. So I might do like a week in the life. So usually I prep on a Sunday so I can cook dinner for myself. So I always make an extra one. But if you work a full week and you work long hours, you must prep. You must prep. I'm telling you, you need to prep. You need to prep.
Okay, how many times are you gonna say prep? You wanna say it again?
Because if you don't prep, you are screwed. You don't know what to eat, you're not prepared. You need to have that food there, fully ready for the week. Like you've got everything you need, you can just get it out of the fridge. That's why I do bulk veggies, that's why I do bulk chicken, that's why I do bulk salad without dressing. And then I put it all in all these little containers, and then I can have just 5 meals even if you prep. And then one night you cook dinner and you make an extra one, because by Friday you're like, ugh. And I never prepped for the weekend. I feel like that's a waste and it's too far in advance. So prep on a Sunday, but even Monday to Wednesday, and then on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, have simple meals. Like make a basic salad or something that's quick. Things with variation that you can make. Okay, well, I'm gonna love you and leave you because I am starving and I wanna watch You need to think of your 5 biggest things. You need to go off a different diet. You need to prep if you can. And you also need to label read. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you learned something. I hope I can help you in a way. If you have any questions, just put them in the comments below. I probably will do a Q&A on this. So put the comments below or flick me a message on Insta because a lot of you have. And I will see you next time. But I cannot wait to help and show you more about this journey. It is crazy, it is never ending, and don't think it's easy because it's not. You will become a boss at it, and I'm here with you to help you and give you some super ideas. Mwah. Bye. See you next time. Thank you. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm sorry if I waffled, but I'm a waffler. Waffler! Waffler! Anyways, I'm so tired. I'm so hungry. I'm gonna go and make some dinner. Love you.